Today's episode of Pautzke Outdoors comes to you from Erie Tributaries right here in Ohio, where we got lucky today. Be honest with you, we got really lucky today. The places that we wanted to fish, as in the Grand River, the Chagrin, the real well-known places to steelhead fish in Ohio, were blown out. We had nowhere else to go, and luckily, fishing guide Joe Matson called one of his good friends and said, "Hey, can I fish in your backyard?" And they said yes. We were able to find some areas of private property that we could do some steelhead fishing in tributaries. And as you know, in the spring like it is now, these tributaries get loaded with steelhead.
There he is. Reamer.
Holy.
There you go, Big Mike.
Where you going, bud? Whoa, he's headed to Cleveland.
Getting back to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Saw me in that net.
Got him.
Nice fish, bud.
Yeah. It's amazing, these really small trips, and you get quality fish just like that.
Here we are in Ohio, third cast, nice steelhead, some trout eggs with some pink netting. Beautiful fish.
And there turns out to be a fish in there. Nice
Oh
fresh
gosh, that's a nice fish.
Feisty in here though, man. Small water, big fish.
Folks, don't let Joe fool you. He wants to be on big water right now. No, did it get off?
It did.
Oh. Joe said he likes big water. He said this is way too small for him. We're bringing him out of his element today to have a little fun, and then we're gonna go play his game later. Get on the raft. We're here right now because his river, unfortunately, is still a little high. But in the area we're in, they drop quickly. We think this afternoon we'll be able to tangle with the kind of fun he likes, but right now, we're doing this stuff.
Decided to drop into this little spot here. So it's nice chromer here. Fresh fish, Chris.
So these aren't even downers.
Nope.
Just like that.
There she is. This fish caught on Pautzke trout eggs, premium trout eggs. Beautiful, beautiful little hen. Fresh fish in this little tiny baby tributary that we're fishing today. Absolutely gorgeous. Caught on a pink Atlas Mike's netting fish. Gorgeous fish.
As you see, Joe just got one. Put a cast in right behind him.
Oh my gosh. These fish are aggressive.
Mike, that one's going back down to the lake.
Man. It might take Big Mike a while to bring this one in. And one of the things we've been talking about is on these Lake Erie tributaries, how amazing the quality of these steelhead is the last year or so. We hope it continues. Everybody's banking on it continuing, but let me tell you, this is not a typical, if you fished Erie trips for the last 40 years, from what we're told by those people that have, this is not normal. Matter of fact, Big Mike has fished them the last 40 years, just over in the Pennsylvania side. And they're just, this is a year to remember. Is that pink or is that peach? I can't tell. Just like that is actually way bigger than what I thought it was. Folks, welcome to Lake Erie Tributaries, where, I hate to say it, but that's almost kind of normal right now.
On premium trout eggs, on Atlas Mike pink sacks. Beautiful fish.
So I want to go over what I'm basically using here today. So I'm using what's called a center pin. Again, that's usually my go-to for any big, big or small rivers. I like to use these a lot more than I like to use any spinning setups. That's just my preference. Still can do well with spinning setups. I'm using a 13-foot rod. Yeah, it might be a little overkill for this kind of fishing, but we're probably gonna be fishing on a bigger river later on today. Didn't think it was worth to switch it all up. So I wanted to go over a couple things again. We use 14-pound test mainline. It's what I'm using on here, as far as that goes. Now, being as clear as this water is today, what I have done is I've dropped down to 4-pound test. Earlier, we couldn't buy a bite. We were using 6-pound, a little bit of 8-pound test. Big Mike was using decided to go down to 4 pound. And it's really made a big difference. I don't think the fish can see it whatsoever as far as that goes. I'm using a bead and egg sac tandem combo. Right now I have like an orange / peach bead that's on there. Of course, always my red hooks that I believe in. And then these are the egg sacs that we're using today as far as this goes. We're using premium trout eggs and also Fire eggs. This one right here, because I have it in my pocket, is Fire. Even though this creek is lower and clearer than a lot of other things that we fish, I'm still using decent sized eggs. I wouldn't necessarily call them my gag bags, but I would say that they are, you know, a decent size. There's probably 8 to 10, maybe 12 in there. So all I'm gonna do again is hook it straight through here. I pop a couple eggs, as many as not as possible, but then go ahead and throw it right there on the hook. It seems like these fish are hitting it a little finicky today, right? So they're not just taking it and running it and hitting it. They're more hitting it like a salmon does, just out of aggression, because they're sitting there right here on their spawning beds.
Oh my God, Big Mike has a bird's nest.
That's okay. That's all right.
What is going on? Wait till I tell you. Wait till I tell your son about this. Normally little Mike gives him a spinning rod for this reason, but we're gonna see what happens. He may still catch this fish.
Get that one. Hold on a second.
Is the fish still on there?
Oh yeah, he's still taking that float.
Oh my gosh. Oh. I see the word kingpin,
You peel it off.
but I'm focused on all this other stuff. Folks, this is how you know it's real right now, because this happens to everybody. But if you do land this fish, that's pretty impressive. Another good one. That's impressive.
Took a little bit of work.
Look at
We
this
got him
fish.
in.
Look at how beautiful this fish is. I'm going to show everybody here. Well, chartreuse, and there we go.
Nice pretty guy here. We got on a chartreuse sack. Premium trout eggs. Beautiful fish.
That's a big dog right there.
That's a tank.
That is a tank.
Well, what's crazy is, oh, I saw him. He just spooked. That's a bigger fish. Oh my God. Now, Big Mike's using the trout eggs. He is using the Fire eggs. They're both working, folks. That's what we like. Yeah, that's a good one.
You know, Chris, there's that little shelf that Mike's been working right there. And you could see tails every once in a while. I mean, these fish are completely camoed in this.
Just amazing,
you know,
fish.
Chartreuse
netting.
Yep.
There it is.
Chartreuse. In the net.
Big Mike.
Ooh, that's a big piggy there. I'm not gonna hold him, it's not my fish, but I mean, just to see the size, it's the size of my hand.
Yeah.
Absolutely a monster.
Premium trout eggs on a chartreuse sack. Oh my God. Look at that big boy.
So we're in this hole. We had a couple fish right off the bat. I'm gonna change things up a little bit. My buddy Craig over at Erie Outfitters gave me a couple things to try last week, and man, they have been working pretty good. So this is Pautzke Fire Gel Steelhead. So I got it on this little minnow with a little voodoo hook here and a voodoo jig head. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna open it. I'm not one of those guys that care if my fingers smell like fish. I'm here fishing. So I'm gonna go ahead and rub a little bit right here on the head, straight down. And let's see if we can't trigger a bite. Usually a lot of times when the eggs stop for some reason, you know, we get a lot better luck when we switch over to a couple different things. Even putting this on your eggs is something that'll definitely help.
We've got Big, is that fish still on there? Big Mike, that thing almost at the lake. What's going on?
You don't want to come in?
He doesn't want to come in, and you don't want to let me go to lunch.
Possibility.
Joe's over here going, watch, I'm going to double up in the back.
Yeah, who needs lunch when we're catching fish?
Yeah.
As you see, we're all pretty fat. We can afford to skip a few.
Yeah, me and Mike got plenty on us to be able to take care of pretty fish.
Another pretty fish. Not Big Mike's first rodeo, but the guide caught the line. Here we go, we're free again.
That was the fish's.
Here, you want me to do it? Look at this. Look at this. like a pro.
Now he's showing off.
BigMikeGuideService.com, folks.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go over another little secret. Whenever you get to fish stop to being active in a hole, a lot of times what I like to use this fire gel, right? Like I was talking to you about before. So what I'm gonna do is not only put this on the bead, but I'm gonna do something else that you wouldn't think I would do. So I'm gonna hit it with the bead. Just get it right in that corner, right? Have a little bit on there. And then I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna go ahead and scrape it and get a little bit on the egg. Not only does that Boraxo Fire egg give us a lot of scent and a lot of milking, but also adding this to it is another one of my big secrets that I like to use. Remember, it's always about being different. Don't be afraid to try other things. There's a lot of different stuff that's out there that Pautzke has as far as that goes. Garlic's a great one. Just recently, in the past couple weeks, the Steelhead gel has just been unbelievable. So that's one thing to definitely try to do. Again, it's just on the bead, and I threw a little bit on the egg. There's even a little bit on that line. It's not gonna hurt anything whatsoever. As soon as I throw it in there, this will stay on for 15 or 20 casts, if not longer, depending if I'm hitting the bottom and knocking some of this gel off. So that gel, I mean, I'm a regular steelhead guy, you can go through it in a full year, a full season with one jar. But I would tell you, you wanna probably get steelhead gel. Shrimp gel is pretty good, fire gel. And then you also have like anchovy, it's another good one that steelhead like to eat. Shrimp's another good one. So there's a lot of different appetites, out there. Big Mike's trying to catch my fish with me here. See if I can go up underneath him. Oh no!
He's down too.
Double or has he got me?
Big Mike's on for a ride.
Maybe pop it right off there. There it is. How about that? Like we've done that. Try it again. All right. Man, these fish are just absolutely stacked.
Yeah, you did. Look at that. Bag broke.
Yeah, that was a fish, Mike.
Yeah, look at this. I don't know if I can shoot this. I haven't done it much.
That's a good thing.
Pink bag.
Sir. Another beautiful fish. Alice Mike's pink netting today has been absolutely killing it. We just had some on a bead here a little bit ago. But at this point in time, man, we put a little bit of the steelhead gel on it. The hole died down a little bit, back on. That quick, second drift.
We fished for 2 hours in the morning and only got 1 or 2 bites. Didn't do very well. And then all of a sudden things changed. And by that, we left and went and checked another creek. There were like 30 cars there. So we came back here and all of a sudden there were fish in the system, and not a few fish, a lot of fish. Now, we're being real with everybody. And by being real, I mean, we kind of had an interesting day. And by that, I mean, we landed 10 fish out of the 26 hookups that we had. Not takedowns, hookups. Guys, that's fishing. If you don't lose fish, then you're not telling the truth. But we were able to go out there in this short couple of hours and do extremely well. And you can see we caught some dandies here in Ohio, bigger than normal. All those fish came on primarily 2 things. Big Mike focused on using trout eggs tied in Atlas Mike's 4x4 netting by Captain Joe. And Captain Joe worked on focusing on 2 things. Mostly using a bead and bag combo. They didn't hit the bead once the entire day. Not once. But the Boraxo Fire eggs were on his side. So we showed that trout eggs and Boraxo Fired eggs do very well. Now he focused on using Steelhead Fire Gel on his bead, as well as on his spawn sack, as you'll see in this video. Very interesting. We tried beads, we tried jigs, we tried, I guess you would call them fake minnows. They didn't work either. All they wanted today was eggs, which we were okay with, being an egg company. Try your luck in Lake Erie Tribs, and you too can have a great time, just like we did.
Pautzke products are available at sporting goods stores near you. If you can't find the specific color, size that you want, make sure to go to Pautzke.com. And as a thank you for watching Pautzke Outdoors, we're going to show you a coupon code to be used for 10% off your next order.